Hey, good morning, second grade. Good to see you. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Kennedy. Hi, Mac. Hi, JJ. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're getting all your schoolwork done and learning some things and remembering some things and doing the best that you can, even while you're at home. I hope you're being a good obeyer for mom and dad. I hope you're doing all the things you should do, brushing your teeth and washing your hands and going to bed early when you're supposed to and not arguing, those kind of things. Because that is what you're supposed to do. Today is, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, April 29th. April's almost over, and we'll be going right into May soon, the shortest name of all the months, May. We don't even abbreviate it because it's only 3 letters. Let's see here. Oh, I want to show you something. Caitlin's mom sent me this picture of a sea otter. We were learning about sea otters in our reading book. Hopefully you can see the sea otter in this picture there. I think it's right there. This was taken in Washington State, which is in the upper corner of our country. I guess people were doing some whale watching, and they saw a sea otter there out on the rock. Pretty cool. Thanks for sending in the picture. I love sharing pictures. Anything else that happens at home, you're welcome to, if you have a picture of something, if you want me to share it on one of the videos, I'll be glad to do that, even if it's a picture of you playing, or something that you're doing, or something that your pet is doing. If your parents, email me that picture, I will include it in one of the videos, so you can be part of it. If you have a drawing or a coloring picture that you made at home, I should have thought of this before. If you have something that you made at home that you colored or drew, and you want me to show it off to the class, I'll be glad to do that. All Mom and Dad has to do is take a picture of it, and then email it. I just got a picture. Kennedy's parents just sent me a picture of her with curly hair, and I think I'll print that out and show you that one of these times if I remember. So, don't forget, anything you want me to show on a video, just take a picture of it, even if it's just a picture of you having fun or whatever, I'll share it on the video so everybody can see it. Great. We'll start with speed drill number 3 on page 110. You already did number 1 and 2 on page 110. You will be doing speed drill 3 on page 110. When you are finished with that, go ahead and get out your math for today, 298, and we will start that together. Oh, I hope you liked the fun video I sent you about the raining tacos. I put a picture up here of the raining taco kid. I love Raining Tacos. It's such a fun song. Even if you don't like tacos, it's a funny song. All right, math time it is. Let me grab my handy-dandy book. 298. Yesterday's page was super easy. Remember we got to draw pictures? Instead of writing answers and numbers, we wrote them in pictures. Logs and tenths and things. So, on page 298, which means we're almost to 300. We're almost in the 300s. That means we did almost 300 pages of math this year in school. Isn't that crazy? How smart you have to be to do that? How smart you are. All right, let's start with number 1. Here it looks like we have a postcard someone sent from the Grand Canyon. Sometimes when you go to places and you go on vacation, they have these little postcards. And they're like about this big. And there's usually pictures of them. And this one, there's a picture of the Grand Canyon. So if you went and visited the Grand Canyon and you went into like a little gift shop or something, you might find postcards. And what you do with postcards is you write a little note to someone you care about, and you write their address and put a stamp on it and send it in the mail. And that way you're letting them know that you're still thinking about someone even though you're far away. So postcards are pretty cool. On top of your paper it says write the differences. Difference is the answer to a takeaway question. So we're going to figure out the answer to these differences. Now you'll notice each of these takeaway questions is a money question. So you'll need to drop down your drop down your dollar sign, drop down your dot. Remember, we only have 2 digits. We always have 2 digits on the cents side. Even if they're .00, we have 2 digits. So drop your dot down, drop your dollar sign down, and then do your takeaways. The rest of the takeaway is pretty much the same as regular takeaway. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, we have to borrow from the place before. Man, I got something in my throat today. Let me get a drink of water. That'll help. Whew. So, you can pause it, and when you're ready, We'll do number 2 together. Sophia bought a set of Grand Canyon postcards that cost $3. She gave the clerk $5. How much change does she get back? Well, we worked with change before. It was pretty easy, actually. So, she bought something. It was some Grand Canyon postcards, and it cost $3. So, she took the cards up to the clerk, the person at the counter, and said, "Here, I'd like to buy this." And the clerk said it cost $3. And she gave the clerk $5. How much money should the clerk give back to her, to Sophia? Well, to figure that out, we have to take away. Because $5 is how much she gave. $3 is how much it costs. The difference is how much she gets back. So $5 take away $3. You should be able to do that in your brain. But just in case, if you want to do it and you can't do it in your brain, you can make a takeaway question for yourself. $5 take away $3, and I'm sure you'll figure it out. Make sure in your label you use dollars and your dot, because in money questions, we don't write a label at the end of the word like we do with other word questions. The dollar sign and the dot is our label, because it's money. Money's the question. Number 3. Dad ate 5 1/2 pancakes for breakfast. Marco ate 5 1/3 pancakes. Who ate the most pancakes? Let's turn on our brain for this one. Let me read that again. Dad ate 5 1/2 pancakes. Underline 5 1/2. Marco ate 5 1/3 pancakes. Underline 5 1/3. Who ate the most pancakes? Well, since the number that they ate, the whole number they ate is the same, we'll pretend the 5s aren't there because Dad ate 5 and Marco ate 5. It's the extra that's going to make a difference. Dad ate a half of a pancake extra and Marco ate 1/3 of a pancake extra. Well, so down in that spot, beside the line, underneath the question there, I want you to draw 2 circles for pancakes. Draw 1 circle for pancake, another circle for pancake. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay. The first circle, I want you to chop it in half. So that'll be Dad's extra pancake. Chop it in half. Make 2 equal pieces. For the second pancake, we'll use this for Marco's pancake. We'll chop it in 3 equal pieces. So chop it in 3 pieces that are all the same size. I like to do it like this. Down, over, over. It's kind of like a down, over, over. So the pieces are all the same size. Now, go back to the first pancake that we chopped in half. That's Dad's extra pancake. Color in half of it. That's 1 piece. We chopped it in 2 pieces. Color in 1 piece, 1/2. That's how 1/2 works. 2 pieces all together, color in 1 side. Now for Marco's pancake, the extra one, we cut that into 3 pieces, and we're going to color in 1 piece. Because that's what 1/3 means. 3 all together, 1 colored in. Now, which piece looks bigger? The piece that Dad ate, which is the left one, which is the 1/2, or the piece that Marco ate, the 1/3? Well, 1/2 is bigger than 1/3. If you look at Dad's piece, it should be bigger than Marco's piece. So the question is, who ate the most pancakes? Dad ate the most pancakes. 5 1/2 is more than 5 1/3. Because 1/2 is bigger than 1/3. Number 4, draw a picture to show the number of pancakes. The first pancake is done for you. Sorry, draw a picture to show the largest number of pancakes. The first number is done for you. So the largest number from number 4, from number 3, is 5 1/2. So color in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Color in the 5 pancakes, and then the 1/2 is already cut for you. Color in that pancake too. You might want to use like tan or brown or the color of pancakes. Hopefully not black, because those are burnt pancakes and they do not taste good. Even if you put lots of syrup on burnt pancakes, oh man, they are not good. But regular pancakes are so good. I like to put like lots of toppings on them. Pancakes, pancakes, love to eat some pancakes. Alright, when you're finished coloring number 4, Go ahead and start number 5. This is how the tents at the campground are arranged. Mark the combinations that tell us how many tents there are all together. Now, first we got to count the tents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, if you notice, and I hope you do, these pancakes are pancakes. I'm still talking about pancakes. These tents are separated into groups. Top group, middle group, bottom group. And if you notice, each group has the same number. How many's in each group? 4 is in each group. Now this is going to be important because it usually is. In math, it matters how many groups there are and how many's in each group. That's multiplication. So, top group has 4 tenths, middle group has 4 tenths, bottom group has 4 tenths. How many groups do we have? 3 groups. Top group, middle group, bottom group. How many's in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in each group. So we have 3 groups with 4 in each group. Let's read the question again. This is how the tents in the campground are arranged. Mark the combinations, that means there's going to be more than one answer. Combinations, that's plural, that tell how many tents there are all together. Well, let's look at the first choice. 4 plus 4 plus 4. Does 4 plus 4 plus 4 match the picture? It sure does. Top row 4, middle row 4, bottom row 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 is going to help us find the answer to how many tents are at the campground. So, yeah, that's definitely one. 3 plus 3 plus 3. Well, there are 3 groups, but there's not 3 in each group. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, that's only going to make 9, and that doesn't tell us how many tents are at the campground. Let's look at the next one. 4 times 3. Well, there's 4 in each group, and there's 3 groups, which means multiplication. 3 groups of 4. So that one will work. Oh yes, 4 times 3 will work, because 4 times 3 makes 12, and 4 plus 4 plus 4 makes 12. Both of those are correct for 12. And the last one says 3 plus 4. Is that going to tell us how many tents are at the camp? Nope, definitely not. That would only be 7, and 7 is not how many tents are at the camp. If you need more time for anything on this paper, pause it now, and when you're ready, we'll go to the back side together. All right, some of this stuff we'll do together, and some of this you'll do on your own. Name on top first thing, of course. Write 10,000 more than each number. Well, 10,000 more means we have to change the 10,000s place. Not the ones place, not the tens place, not the hundreds place, not the 1,000s place, the 10,000s place. So, let's look at the first number. 23,671. We have to find the 10,000s place first. 1 is in the ones place, 7 in the tens place, 6 in the hundreds place, 3 in the 1,000s place, 2 is in the 10,000s place. 20,000. So, since 2 is in the 10,000s place, we're going to change the 2. The rest of the digits all stay the same. The 3, the 6, the 7, and the 1, they all stay the same. We're only changing the 10,000s place. That means the 2 changes to a 3. So it's going to be 33,671. 33,671. Now the next one I want you to do on your own. Look for the 10,000s place, change that digit 1 up, and all the rest of the digits stay the same. Pay attention to what we did in the first one. The second one should be pretty easy for you. Number 2. Here we have some multiplication twins. Looks like they're all in the 3 family. So you're going to need to remember how to count by 3s for that family. 0, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Count them by 3s. Now these are twins, so that means no matter how you change the numbers, 5 times 3 or 3 times 5, doesn't matter which one, the answer is going to be the same because that's how twins work. Just like in addition twins. It's like 7 plus 1 and 1 plus 7. The answer has to be the same. Doesn't matter which way they go. Number 3, find the perimeter of the picture. They already tell you the measurements. All you have to do is add the sides together to find the perimeter, the distance around it. That's a perimeter. Number 4, I'll let you do on your own. Number 5, we're going to write in the signs. We'll do a few of these together, then I'll let you do the rest on your own. We can use plus, minus, times, or a divide. Those are the 4 signs we can use. 18 something 2 equals 9. Well, the number goes down. 18 something 2 equals 9. So it can't be plus because we didn't get more at the end. Can it be minus? Let's try 18 minus 2. Well, 18, 17, 16. Nope, the answer is not 16. So it's not plus or minus. 18 times 2, that means 2 groups of 18. That'd be a big number. So it can't be times. So the only one we're left with is divide. And 18 divided by 2 makes 9. How do I know? Because the double of 9 is 18. And 18 chopped in half is 9. See how that works? Doubles and chop in halves go together. So divided by is the answer for the first one. Next, 7 something 9 equals 16. Now, you'll notice at the end, the answer is bigger than the other 2 numbers. So it can't be take away. Because when we take away, we get less at the end. So it's not minus. Is it times? 7 times 9? Well, 7 times 9, we can put down finger number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get 63. 63, and that is not 63. So not times. Can't be divide because 7 doesn't divide 9. So it has to be plus. 7 plus 9 makes 16. When you add 7 and 9 together, you will get 16. Okay. Last one in the top row. 5 something 4 equals 20. Well, let's try plus. Does 5 plus 4 make 20? I don't think so. 5 plus 4 makes 9. Does 5 take away 4 make 20? Nope. 5 take away 4, 1. 5 divided by 4? 4 doesn't fit into 5 evenly. So, the only one we have left is times. Does 4 groups of 5 make 20? 5, 10, 15, 20? It sure does. So it's times. I'll let you figure out the rest of those on your own. Now, if you're not sure, there might be some hard ones in here. If you're not sure, try each one. Try a minus, try a plus, try a multiplication, and try a divide. See which one works. Okay? Don't guess. Try until you find the one that makes sense. That's all I want you to do, is do your best. Okay? I'm not saying you have to get every single one right. I want you to try to get every single one right, best that you can. Now, you heard me say a lot back when we were in school, what's not most important is getting the right answer. What's most important is learning how to find the right answer, okay? We're not just trying to do this as quickly as we can to get it done. We're doing this to learn. We're training our brain to learn. That's our job. Number 6, Marco and his family took water on their hike. That's a good idea. They might get thirsty. Mark the circle under the measure used for liquids. Well, there's yard, pound, pint, and kilogram. Now, which one of those would be used for liquids, like water or milk or juice? If we had a yard, would this measure how much liquid we have? I don't think so. I don't think so. If we had a pound, would that measure how much liquid we have? Well, kinda. We can measure pounds using liquids, but it doesn't tell us how much liquid we have. It just tells us the weight of the liquid. And that's not what we're trying to find out. We're trying to find out how much liquid. Pint. Does pint tell us how much liquid? Yeah. Pint is in the liquid measures family, just like gallons and quarts, pints and cups. Those are the liquid measures. That's what we would use to measure water or milk or juice or Kool-Aid or something, things like that. Things that are liquid. Things that are wet. All right. Look at the bottom, number 7. Circle the mixed numbers. I hope you remember those. Estimate the sum. Estimate the sum means we round off the first number, round off the second number, and find the answer to the round off numbers. So 52 come between 50 and 60. What does it round to? 16 come between 10 and 20. What does it round to? And then add the rounded numbers to find the estimated sum. I don't want you to add 52 plus 16. That's not what the direction says. Estimated sums means we round it off first. Take your time, do this paper, especially take your time on number 5. Pause it now, and when you're ready, we'll come back and do phonics together. I'll do this again. Woo! All right. Dibbity-doo. Looks like we're on page 289. All right. So today in phonics, we're going to use all the stuff we learned about the words in a sentence. On top, it tells you the definition of the things that we learned so far in language. All right? Now, sometimes I say language and sometimes I say phonics because in second grade they kind of mix them together. Phonics is more like the special sounds and the sounds that letters make. But language is more like how we put sentences together. Nouns and verbs and adjectives and capitals and periods. That's what language is about. So they're kind of together, but kind of not. But in second grade, for some reason, they put them together. I don't know why. It just is. So, remember, at the top of your page, it tells us the definition of each of the parts, they're called parts of speech, that we learn. Now, these are important because even the 12th graders are still working on parts of speech. I just talked to Mr. Lundecker a couple days ago, and they're still practicing parts of speech in 12th grade. So if you understand it already in second grade, look how smart you are. All right. A verb is a word that shows action. Remember that? A verb is the action of the sentence. It's what happens. The subject tells who or what did the action of the verb. So the subject does the verb. If I have a sentence like, Pete flew the kite. Pete is our subject. He's the one that did it. Flew is our verb because that's the action. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Some nouns are also subjects. So nouns we learned about and subjects we learned about. A noun and a subject are sometimes the same thing. Not always, but sometimes. The subject is the person who does the verb. A noun is just any person, place, or thing in the sentence. Let me show you what I mean. Let's use the sentence I said before. Pete flew the kite. Now, Pete is the subject, but it's also a noun because Pete is a person. He's a person, like a person, place, or thing. So he's a noun. And the subject because he's the one that flew the kite. But there's also another noun in that sentence that's not a subject. Do you know what it is? It's kite. Now, the kite didn't do anything. It's not a subject. But it is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. Pete flew the kite. Pete is the subject. It's also a noun. Verb is flew. And then kite is what Pete flew. It's the noun. I hope you understand. If you don't, we'll just do our best. A noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Well, idea is how we used to say it. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. It often answers the questions what kind or how many about the noun. Adjectives can describe subject nouns or any nouns. An adverb is a word that describes a verb. It often tells how the action of the verb was done. And it doesn't say this, but just reminding you, mostly it ends in ly. Not always, but mostly. So those are a review of the things that we learned that called the parts of speech. Read the sentences. Draw 2 lines under each verb. Draw 1 line under each subject. Remember that some sentences may have more than one subject. Oh my word, there's 5 directions for this part. I'm glad there's only 4 sentences that we have to do it on. Find and draw boxes around all the nouns, even the subjects. Look at the nouns and draw a circle around each adjective. Draw a small arrow from the adjective to the noun it describes. Look at the verbs and draw a circle around each adverb. Draw a small arrow around... Oh my heavens! Whew, that's a lot. You know what? Let's just do one part at a time and do the best we can do. How's that sound? All right, let's stay together. Let's start with number 1. Read the sentences. Draw 2 lines under each verb. So let's just worry about verbs for now. That's it. Just for verbs. Ben quickly ate the red apple. Now, are there any verbs in that sentence? Well, yes, because sentences need to have verbs. What's the action in the sentence? What did Ben do? Did he quickly? No, quickly is not a thing you can do. He ate. So draw 2 lines under 8. That's all we're doing for now. Drawing 2 lines under 8. That's our action in the sentence. Next sentence. The small boy said, the Bible verse perfectly. The small boy said the Bible verse perfectly. Now, what did the small boy do? What was his action? Did he Bible verse? No, that's not an action. Did he perfectly? Nope, not an action. He said. Said is something that he did. So draw 2 lines under said. That's our verb of the sentence. He said. Next, the huge lion walked proudly. The huge lion walked proudly. What's the action of the sentence? It's walked. The lion walked. So draw 2 lines under walked. Now the last sentence, I'm not going to tell you what the verb is. I'm going to read you the sentence and help you figure it out. James and Daniel built a red cart. So what's the action that James and Daniel did? Underline it 2 times. James and Daniel built a red cart. Underline the verb 2 times in that sentence. So far we did direction number 1. We underlined the verb 2 times. Now we're going to do direction number 2 together. It says, draw 1 line under each subject. Remember that some sentences may have more than 1 subject. So, since we found the verb, our next direction is find the subject. We're going to draw 1 line under the subject. So number 1, Ben quickly ate the red apple. Now, ate is our action. Who ate? Ben ate. So underline Ben 1 time. He's our subject. He's the one that ate. Number 2, the small boy said the Bible verse perfectly. Well, said is our action, is our verb. Who said? Boy. Boy said. So underline boy, he's our subject. The huge lion walked proudly. Now walked is our action, walked is our verb. Who walked? Lion. So lion is our subject. He's the one that walked. So underline lion 1 time. Now, for the last one, I'm going to help you, but I'm not going to tell you the answer. I hope you can figure it out. Built is our verb. James and Daniel built a red cart. Now, built is our action. That's our verb. Who built? I want you to underline the subject once. Now, there might be more than 1 in this sentence, because might be more than 1 person who built. Underline the subject 1 time. But and is definitely not the subject. So now we followed direction 1 and direction 2. Let's move on to the direction 3. Find and draw boxes around all the nouns, even the subjects, because the subjects are nouns too. So we're going to draw boxes around all the nouns. Ben quickly ate the red apple. Now, since Ben is our subject, it's also a noun, so box Ben. Are there any other nouns in this sentence? Ben quickly ate the red apple. Do you see any? I see one. Apple. Apple is a noun. It's a person, place, or thing. It's a thing. So box apple. So we have 2 in that sentence. The subject and apple. The small boy said the Bible verse perfectly. Now we know we're going to box boy because that's our subject. Are there any other nouns in that sentence? Yeah, verse. Verse should be boxed because verse is a thing. Now, it seems like we should box Bible verse, but we're going to get to Bible verse shortly. So Bible isn't quite a noun in this sentence, and I'll tell you why when we go to the next direction. So box verse, because verse is a person, place, or thing. Next, the huge lion walked proudly. So we have lion for sure, that's our subject, so it's also a noun. I don't see any other nouns in this one. There's no other person, places, or things. And the last one, James and Daniel built a red cart. I want you to box all the nouns in this sentence. Don't forget the subject or subjects. And there might be an extra noun in this sentence too. Person, places, or things. Box in the nouns. Man, I'm thirsty today. Now, when we started, all these directions looked overwhelming, but we did one direction at a time, and it wasn't so bad, because we just followed the directions in order. So far we did direction 1, direction 2, direction 3, and it wasn't so bad. It probably won't be so bad if we do direction 4. Look at the nouns and draw a circle around each adjective. Draw a small arrow from the adjective to the noun it describes. We've done this before, so it shouldn't be so bad. So, let's see here. In the first sentence, we boxed Ben. Are there any adjectives that tell us about Ben? Does it say like the green Ben or, I don't know, happy Ben? No. We have another noun, apple. Are there any adjectives that talk about apple? Yes. It's a red apple. So circle red, because that's what kind of apple it is. Red is our adjective, and draw a line to apple. Circle red, draw a line to apple. It's a red apple. Red tells us what kind of apple it is. That's all. Number 2, the small boy said the Bible verse perfectly. Now, our first noun in the sentence is boy. Are there any adjectives that tell us what kind of boy it is? Yeah, small. So circle small and draw an arrow to boy. It's a small boy. Small is an adjective that tells us what kind of boy he is. Now, here's where we talked about before with the Bible verse. Verse is boxed because it's a noun. Bible is an adjective because it tells us what kind of verse it is. Because there's other kind of verses too. There's like poetry verses, those kind of verses too. So it's not always Bible verses. So Bible is an adjective that tells us what kind of verse it is. So circle Bible and draw an arrow to verse. It's a what kind of verse. In the next sentence, the huge lion walked proudly. We only have one noun. Is there any words that tell us what kind of lion it is? Yeah, huge. Huge lion. So huge is an adjective that describes lion. So draw a circle around huge and a little arrow to lion. And last one, the one that you're doing on your own, James and Daniel built a red cart. James and Daniel built a red cart. Look at the nouns. If there's any adjectives that tell us what kind of nouns they are or describe the nouns, draw a circle around the adjective and draw a line to the noun that it describes, or that tells us about. Now, we're almost done with this part. Look, direction number 5. Look at the verbs and draw a circle around each adverb. Draw a small arrow from the adverb to the verb it describes. So we're going to do the same thing we did for adjectives, except for we're going to do them with adverbs this time and draw an arrow to the verbs. Piece of cake. Ben quickly ate the red apple. So our verb in the sentence is ate. We underlined it 2 times. Are there any Lee and slowly words that tell us about ate? Yeah, quickly. He quickly ate. So circle quickly and draw an arrow to ate. How did he eat it? He ate it quickly. Next, the small boy said the Bible verse perfectly. Are there any words, any adverbs that describe how the little boy said the Bible verse? Any Lee and slowly words? Yeah, perfectly. He said it perfectly. So circle perfectly and draw an arrow all the way back to said, because adverbs have to tell us about verbs. So the adverb gets circled and the line goes all the way back to the word said. The huge lion walked proudly. I see a Lee and slowly word in that one. So circle proudly, draw arrow to walked. And the last one, James and Daniel built a red cart. You know what? I don't see any Lee and slowly words in that one, and I don't see any words that describe built. So I don't think there's any adverbs in that sentence. All right, we made it through the difficult part. That's probably the most difficult thing we've done in language this year, trying to find nouns and verbs and adjectives and arrows and all that stuff, but we did it because we took it one step at a time. It looked like it was going to be crazy hard. In the end, it wasn't. All right, dictation at the bottom. I'm going to tell you a sentence, and I want you to write it. I have learned so much. I have learned so much. And by the way, I said that in an excited way on purpose. And learned, I'll give you a clue about learned. It has in earth in it. And that's spelled the same as ear and air and bear. I have learned so much. I have learned so much. Write that neatly in the line there. Make sure you write it in an excited way. And then when you're ready, we'll flip to the other side. Alright, since the other side took so long, and this side isn't really that hard, I'm just going to get you started, and I'll let you read through this and work on it on your own. Read the sentences. Choose an adverb from the box that describes the verb in each blank. Remember that adverbs tell how the action of the verb is done. Okay? High in the mountains, the wind blows. How does the wind blow? Does it blow quickly, quietly, hard, softly, sweetly, gently, slowly, loudly, high, or rapidly? You get to decide. There's no real right or wrong answer as long as your answer makes sense. You could put, high in the mountains the wind blows softly. High in the mountains the wind blows loudly. High in the mountains the wind blows gently. All those words are good adverbs for describing how the wind blows in the mountains. An eagle flies blank above the trees. Well, an eagle flies high above the trees. An eagle flies quickly above the trees. There are lots of words you could do. So I'll let you read through that part right there, and you read it, and you pick in the adverb from the box that you think should best go in there. And then in part 2, it says read the sentences. Think of an adjective to write in each blank. Remember, an adjective describes a noun by telling what kind it is. So this time, you are going to fill in the missing adjectives, which were the words that tell us about the nouns. If I could go camping, I would be sure to pack blank shirts. Remember, you can use numbers as adjectives too. I would be sure to pack 7 shirts, maybe. That'd be a good adjective. Or I would be sure to pack camo shirts. I would be sure to pack light shirts or warm shirts. Those are all adjectives that describe what kind of shirts you could bring. Boots, heavy boots, walking boots, princess boots, maybe. Warm socks or heavy socks, or there's no wrong answers for these, but your job is to think of adjectives to put in each of those sentences. I'll let you take your time and write those in. The top part gives you the adverbs that you can use. The bottom part doesn't give you adjectives, so you can think of them on your own. All right. Pause it now and take your time and work on page 290. And when you're ready, we'll do cursive together. All right. Cursive for today is page 53, I believe. 53, all right. Let's go up to the handy-dandy whiteboard for a second. Okay, put this down. I have some lines ready to roll over here. Now, at the top of your paper, you'll see like a warm-up spot with a little dot and some tracing things. All we do in the warm-up spot is like do circles like this. See, it just gets our hand ready to do some cursive writing. That's all we do in the warm-up spot, really. So trace along the gray lines to do warm-up spots. In our regular lesson today, I think we're doing I think there's a capital E in the sentence. So you're going to need to go around, around, and back up. You know what? Let me just check to be sure. See, all your papers were in this book. And I think we're on page 53 today. Let me get to page 53. So your page should look like this one, with the balloons there. There's the warm-up spot on top up there. There's ooh and tooth, ing and pointing, the word smooth, the word trying. Remember, those little red dots are there to show you where to start your special sound and clue word or your just word for the bottom part. Eric's balloon went floating by. Can it win the race? So we did a capital E. Let's do a capital C on the board. Now, capital E's and capital C's do connect to the next letter. That's what these do. These connect. Here's something the capital E for you. Around, around, back up. Capital C's like this. Kind of like capital E. Around and down, back up. Round and down, back up. Capital C. Piece o' cake. You do not have to write anything in the additional practice section of your page. Okay, go ahead and pause it, work on that, take your time. When you're finished, just put that with your papers that you're saving for me, and then tomorrow we'll start a new page together, page 54. Alright, let's take a quick look at science and reading before we go. Science, what do we got today? Taking care of your teeth, that's right. Page 19. Now, when you're little, moms and dads have to take care of you a lot. Like, when you're just a brand new baby, they have to give you baths and feed you. And you don't have any teeth yet, but when teeth start coming in, they have to, brush your teeth for you. But the older you get, the more you're able to take care of yourself, You start taking your own baths, or taking your own showers, and you brush your own teeth, and you wash your own hands, and you're making your own self clean. Those kind of things, So the older you get, the more you take care of your own self, and taking care of your teeth is one of those things that's your responsibility to do. Now, why do we take care of our teeth? Because if we don't, you might not have your teeth. Okay? If you don't take care of your teeth, if you leave all the junk in there from food, it kind of rots away at your teeth, and over the years, your teeth start to get holes in them, and then you have to take out your teeth, and then you either have like missing teeth in your mouth, or you get fake teeth. So the longer the better you take care of your teeth, even when you're young, the longer your teeth will stay with you. And you want your teeth to stay with you a long time. Your teeth are your friends. Hi, teeth. Hi, Mr. Teeth. All right, taking care of our teeth. All right, there's a little girl there. She probably just starting to maybe have a tooth or two in her. When you're first born, you have 0 teeth, and that's a good thing. But when you're about 6, 7, and 8 years old, you start to lose your teeth. Maybe they might fall out because they got bumped or whatever. But that's God's plan. You're supposed to lose your teeth. When your first set of teeth is called your baby teeth. Even though you're not a baby anymore when you're 6, 7, and 8 years old, you still have some baby teeth. But you lose your baby teeth and you get your adult teeth. So what's kind of weird is when you're, 7 or 8, even sometimes 9, 10 years old, you still have some baby teeth in you, but also your adult teeth are starting to grow in, and you're not even an adult yet. So when you're about your age, you have some adult teeth and some baby teeth, but you're not either one of those yet. Kind of weird. All right, so how do you take care of your teeth? You'll learn a little bit about that here. Here's a picture of what it looks like inside an adult tooth, how it hooks down into your gums, and there's nerves that go down and blood that comes up through there. Right here on page, what are we on, 22, which is, there's a picture of different parts of your teeth. Now, each of your teeth have jobs, okay? Your front teeth has a job, your teeth right there have a job, and teeth in the back have a job. They each have different jobs, okay? And they're shaped differently, too. And you'll learn about that in today's reading. Here's in this little yellow box some good ideas for taking care of your teeth. And on page 24, there's some questions to see if you remember the things that you learned about your teeth. And then tomorrow, keeping our body clean. This is a picture of what it looks like just under your skin. There's little hairs that grow all around your body, and it shows the hairs going inside your skin there and how sweat happens, those kind of things. God made you special, and it's good to learn about the way He made you, whether it's your teeth or your skin or whatever, because He wants you to know how special He made you. All right, that's our science for today. I think we're starting in our reading, we're going to be starting ostriches. 172. We are the largest bird, ostriches. I've seen ostriches before. They're pretty cool. I've seen them at some zoos. You wouldn't probably want them to peck you. They're very tall. And they have really weird legs and feet. Okay, you're going to be reading from 172 to 179. So that's a good bit of reading about ostriches there today. They have really big eggs too. Their eggs are huge. And on page 179, after you read, there's some questions about ostriches. Ostriches! Oh yes, chase them down! And then, tomorrow we're going to learn about ostrich eggs and baby ostriches. What are we going to learn about after ostriches? Let me take a quick look ahead. It says African partners, so some animals you might find in Africa, and actually some animals that kind of work together as partners, like some birds and reptiles that work together in a weird way. So that'll be coming up soon. All right, I will see you later. Have a great day. Take care, everyone.